sunny, gloomy, cold, hot. What do you think of when you hear those words? What do you think they are describing? Weather or mood? She has a sunny personality. Don't be so gloomy. They run hot and cold. It's no surprise that weather words are sometimes used to describe moods. Weather and seasonal changes can impact our mood. For example, this past year in Albany, New York, which is close to where I live, they had a 7-month streak of weekend precipitation from November 16th, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. That's 32 consecutive weekends of precipitation. Could have been rain, could have been snow. Weekend plans that were weather dependent were a washout. People got a bit frustrated and, yes, grumpy. Too much of a good thing isn't great either. Nome, Alaska regularly experiences days in June with 20 plus hours of daylight. This can also result in the grumps because it disrupts sleep cycles. There's some interesting science behind what's going on here. Light affects our body's melatonin production. Melatonin is a hormone that helps promote sleep. I'm sure we've all seen it on the shelves of Target and our grocery store. Have this for sleep. When weather is stormy or it gets dark earlier, we are more tired. We may feel relaxed and calm, or we could also feel irritable and restless. Light also affects our serotonin levels. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that helps with mood regulation and is a key in the sleep-wake cycle. It's the wake-up part. Too much light and wake signals stay on, making sleep difficult. So light and weather, they affect these two important chemical messengers. Some systems are more sensitive to these changes in chemical messages and can experience bigger shifts in mood. So if you know anybody who's had seasonal affective disorder, which is like a seasonal depression, that person's body is probably a little more sensitive to chemical messengers and to how the weather and light impacts them. So how can we support ourselves and our loved ones as we go through maybe some changes? Oh, I did want to mention, I talked about light, but heat also affects us. And sometimes we can have a lot more irritability and a frustration when we feel hot and sticky or just overly hot. So sometimes the summer can be a little bit of a spicy time too. So with the transition going now to fall, we'll talk a little more about light, but some of us can be affected by heat as well. So how can we support ourselves and our loved ones? Well, we can use our listening and attunement skills, like hearing the longing in a complaint and being empathetic when someone is expressing feelings. When our partner complains about how they're feeling or what they're experiencing, can we hear what they're longing for? Maybe can we hear what feeling or emotion they're expressing? And can we reflect back what you're perceiving to see if you heard it correctly, giving voice maybe to that thing that they're longing? This may also be a good opportunity to use most generous interpretation. Thank you, Dr. Becky. If your partner isn't feeling great, they may be a bit grumpy when they answer you when you're asking them questions or talking with them. And asking yourself, what's my most generous interpretation of what just happened? Allows you to take things less personally and respond to your partner in a softer and more understanding way. There are also some physical things that we can do. So when it comes to fall and winter, spend time outdoors in sunlight. We're going to need the sunlight because it's helping us help regulate our melatonin and serotonin. This is a lot easier in spring and summer for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, but it's just as important in fall and winter. Look for a new winter activity. Fall and winter have some really amazing things to offer. The leaf peeping, hiking, ice skating if you're feeling brave, or ice fishing if you're feeling really brave. So there are some things that you could explore doing to get yourself outside. If you're stuck inside, so for example, let's say you work in an office and by the time winter comes around, there will be those days where you get up in the dark, get to the office in the dark, work, and then leave in the dark. That can be a lot of stress on our bodies. Having a full spectrum light in your house to be able to get the kind of the natural rhythm, or having one in your office, could be really helpful. Taking time to go on your lunch break outside, even if you just sit outside for 10-15 minutes, it's better than not going outside at all. And it helps your body kind of get the cues that it needs from the environment. Keep doing fun things. There are lots of things we can do to boost serotonin in our mood. So explore a new hobby or reignite an old one, engage with a different community. There are a lot of fun inside things that can be done, book groups and knitting circles, or you can also honor the rhythm of the season together. Our modern society can function and continue life as usual, sometimes to our detriment. So consider that, like the rest of nature, we might need a slowdown period of the year. Maybe there are things we can take off our schedule and just spend time at home or together, or doing things that are more rejuvenating or fulfilling to us physically or mentally. It doesn't have to be fall and winter. So like I said, remember, summer can get hot and people can get grumpy. For some people, summer is the slow time because it's hot and it's easier to maybe not do all of these things. For some, though, it's winter because of light limitations and cold. Whichever is your slow season, intentionally create some space for less activity and recharge, and do those things together. Create some new things that you can do seasonally together to not only honor the rhythm of the season, but to support your mood when seasons change. Take care of yourselves and each other.